Lesson 90, mixed number coefficients and negative coefficients. Okay, when we have a number in front of a variable or a group of variables, that number is called the coefficient. When we have equations that we're trying to solve, we want the coefficient to be 1. So we want to know what 1y is, not 3y. So if you remember, and we've been doing this all of the time the last few weeks, you just draw a line under each side, pick the number, the coefficient that's right next to y, and divide both sides. So in this case, y equals 10. Today we're going to talk about if we have mixed number or fraction coefficients, or if they're negative, what to do. And it's pretty much the same thing. So here's an example. If we had 1/3 of x equals 90, we do the same thing. We draw a line under each one, divide by the coefficient of x, which is 1/3. And then we write, well, x, because this goes to 1, x equals 90 divided by 1/3. Then we have to remember when we're dividing by a fraction, we multiply by the reciprocal. So it's just 90 times 3, which is 270. Then what you want to do is take your answer, plug it back into the original equation. Is 1/3 of 270 equal to 90? And so you check it. 1/3 of 270, so we can cancel the 3, 90. So yes, 90 equals 90, and it works. So if you plug it back in and check it, you'll know if you did the problem right. Here's another example, and this way we have this one we're going to have a mixed number. 3 1/3 x equals 5. So we draw a number under both, or not a number, what's this called? A line under each side, division bar, and we're going to divide by the coefficient, 3 1/3. So then x equals 5 divided by 3 1/3. So the starred part of this lesson is you want to rewrite mixed numbers as improper fractions. So we're going to take 5 divided by, we take 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10, divided by 10/3, and then keep it, change it, flip it. 5/1 times 3/10, cancel. 5 and change it to a 1, cancel the 10, change it to a 2. We have 3/2, which we would then write as a mixed number as 1 1/2. Then we plug it back in. We want to know, is 3 1/3 times 1 1/2 equal to 5? We want to know if this works. So we change them to improper fractions. 10/3 times 3/2. We can cancel. 10 goes to a 5. Everything else goes to 1. So it equals 5. Yes. So we did the problem right. The next example will have a negative exponent. I said exponent. I meant coefficient. We'll have a negative coefficient. So we have negative 2/3 x equals 4/5. So we draw a division bar and we divide by the coefficient. Doesn't matter if it's negative, we just divide by it, but keep the negative with it. That way we get a positive 1x. So we divide by negative 2/3. So x equals 4/5 divided by negative 2/3. Then we keep it, change it, flip it. when we have a positive number divided by a negative number, the answer will be negative. So I just put that there so I don't forget. I could cancel the 2, change it to a 1, change the 4 to a 2, and I get negative, whoops, I already wrote negative 6 fifths, which I want to write as a mixed number, negative 1 and 1/5. Then I plug it back into my original equation, is negative 2/3 times negative 1 and 1/5 equal to 4/5? Question mark. Well, the two negatives multiplied together will be positive, so I already know it's going to be a positive answer. And I do 2/3 times 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6/5, since they're both negative, but we know the answer will be positive. Cancel the 3, make it a 1. Cancel the 6, make it a 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4, divided by 5. Yes, it works. One more example with a negative exponent. Negative 5x equals 120. Draw your division bar, divide by negative 5. We know the answer will be negative 120 divided by 5. I'm going to put my negative there so I don't forget. 24. So x equals negative 24. Then I check my answer is negative 5 times negative 24 equal to 120. Two negatives multiplied will give a positive. I multiply 24 times 5 and I get 120. So it works. And that's the end of the lesson.